I want a morning from A to Z, and I will love you all equally, wherever you might be, in a Jaja University. Yeah. I want a morning from A to Z, wherever you might be, in a Jaja University. Love is always the energy, and I will love you all equally. Yes, we're one humanity. Oh, la la. Oh, la, 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 oh, la, oh, la, la, la. Yes, opening the doors. Listen, drive live into the modern day plantation. Love is always vibration. You know, we are one human nation, no matter the situation. Opening the doors. So we say good morning, just come into the space for rich interaction. Yes, it's very necessary. Yes, we need to be socializing. You know what I mean? Yes, we are one humanity and cut out the apprehension and the tension. You see what I mean? Blessings. Strive for love, my people. Love is the energy. Spirituality is the focus. As always, all of this week, it has been. Yes, and this morning, no less. Happy Friday morning to all of you, wherever you might be in a Jaja University, we're one humanity. See? Spirituality. So, as yesterday we had promised, giving thanks to life and thoughts and prayers as always out to my brothers and sisters suffering, particularly at this time, because you know, with love we always bring hope. With faith we always bring hope. With spirituality, hope springs eternally. Yes, life, all four of them, one of the same. Yes, so to all my brothers and sisters all throughout the world, we're one humanity, and particularly those who are suffering right now, and also particularly those down there in Jamaica, in the western part of the island to be exact, suffering from the effects, aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. Thoughts and prayers. And then also all over the world, because we know sufferation is happening all throughout the world. Yes, spirituality. So yes, sorry about that break. Yeah. So we know separation is happening all throughout the world. Over there in Ukraine slash Russia, over there in Palestine slash Israel, over there in Africa, and all these other places. Yes, suffering at the hands of whether it's a natural disaster, but mostly and mainly from us human beings not being our best selves. And that's why the focus has to be love, and that's why the focus has to be spirituality. It has to be the Almighty giver of life, and it also has to be love, the overarching energy. Four. Yes, no less, no more. Yes, it's always four. And this is the youth Balfour, you know. Yes. Otherwise called Shakur, you know, so when you follow me, you're on a love tour. All right? So spirituality, and how can that be fun? And this morning we're gonna do 2 or 3 chants, and it's all about spirituality. And the chant shall be, yes, there's a spirit here and a spirit there. Yes, even where you are right now, everywhere. Yes, ubiquitous. Yes, just spirit. Yes, and also the chant spiritual taking you to the next level. And then if we have the time, we're also gonna do Jamaica. Yes. So it's all Jamaica and Jamaica here. Yes, everywhere. Right? Blessings and love. So spirituality, my people, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Hinduism, whether it's Rastafarianism, whether it is uh, you know, any other kind of religion. Yes. Islam and all these other religions. Yes. Spirituality is the focus because it's the wider concept. And how spirituality can be fun. That's what we talked about yesterday. Because for some reason, I get the feeling and that hunch that a lot of people are discouraged. A lot of people shy away from whatever religion that they are faced with or exposed to, and spirituality because of a lack of an understanding and thinking that it's too hard, it's too difficult, it's mundane, it's boring. Yes, it is not exciting. Um, it's not even good for them. Yeah, because of a lack of an understanding. And that lack of an understanding can go in every direction. I mean, not understanding what life is. Remember when I was one of my chants saying that life is trauma. Yes, life is trauma. And we talk about trauma today in the sense of whether you were treated in a terrible situation or a terrible way. For example, like being raped or being, physically abused, verbally abused, and all that, and or encountering natural disasters and other man-made disasters like, fires and so on and so forth, and even like, for example, in going through a hurricane like Melissa, that's very traumatic. However, just being exposed to life, this thing called aging, is also trauma. Yes, it's an understanding. It's the reason why you look at me right now and you can tell that I'm in my 50s and I'm an OG, as they would say, right? Yes, because you see receding hairline, see it there? Yes, you see wrinkles in my forehead, see it there? Yes. That means I've been exposed and I've been here going through the wear and tear of life for a good amount of time. That's trauma too as well, my people. Yes, and the continuum from 0 to 100. Life is trauma. So when we understand life as trauma and understand it that way, trauma and life, they're one of the same. So then we're more able to embrace situations when they occur. Yes, situations when they happen in certain way. So when we get fired from a job, when we have a breakup in a relationship, when we encounter disasters, we would have already understood that these are things that have happened before, will happen again. And if they happen to one person or two persons, it will happen to you more than likely because we're one of the same. Spirituality, yes. The spiritual law, we all live and die. So the understanding there, no one gets to be let off the hook that we're going to live in the physical forever. Spirituality, however, shall last forever. That's why we try to live with rich actions, building memories. Yes, taking care of ourselves. So that understanding, so that way when we understand life, then we will understand that when these things happen, then we're not too overwhelmed because the mind was somewhat prepared. Understanding of what spirituality is. Yes, we are bigger and above the physical. And trauma as it is the physical aspect of life. Understanding it, having a mindset, knowing who you exactly are in the spiritual realm. That's the spirituality. That's the mindset. That's the part of us that you don't see. Yeah? But I know and you know and should get familiar with your soul, the unseen within you, that will that you have. Because Jah's will. Right? Yes. And so spirituality being fun, my people. Yes. So Christianity, for example, the religion that I was exposed to and I am still exposed to, right? Um, it came across and has come across to people sometimes as, you know, I would say some people would see it as boring, I would say, because that's why some people probably move away from it. Yeah. People try to make it more exciting with music and different, more unconventional versions of Christianity, with a lot of more lively music because we were, taking, examples from our, not ancestors, but our colonizers in England, different kind of culture, slow burn type stuff, right? And but however, older folks, our older generation, God bless them, I love my mother and my grandmother and my grandfather and all older folks like that. However, what I've seen is that remember we have this lifestyle where, we go to church, but it's this dichotomy and it's this juxtaposition and contrast of you go to church, you're trying to hold a discipline, yet at a certain point you head to the rum bar, you drink at nauseum, and and then you create an atmosphere as if it's fun, alcoholic beverages, music blasting, of a certain ilk with a certain content to it, degrading women, degrading, pretending to be, a bad, or, a tougher than tough individual. And it's like us against them type of content. And people gravitate to it. And so then people do it even more because, if there's a demand for it, then we're going to do it more. And that's why we have the explosion of negative content, and negative energy, even within reggae slash dancehall and the rap music here in America. They're contributing to that negative part of us, creating this idea, this notion that that's fun, a party atmosphere where we blast all kinds of negative music, drink alcoholic beverages, knowing that that's not good for the body, and we do it anyway. And then when we end up 2 days, 3 days after, we hear that this person got raped, that person got raped, date rape, and all these kinds of human-made atrocities, my people. However, the human being can adapt to anything. So if you think that that is fun, then that's your reality. However, you will be the same one, and we have seen it happen over the years, and we still double down on it. We mourn and we grieve mostly in when we live in those ways, because the aftermath and the after effects of all that kind of living is always negative. Always negative. Yes, alcoholic beverages destroy us, my people, yet we still double down on it. Yes, negative music, negative words destroy us, my people. Content, whether it's music or being spoken word or what, destroy us, yet we still double down on it and operating as if it's fun. But if we think it's fun, then we're going to live as it's fun, and that's your reality. However, you make your bed this way, as well people will say, and we sleep in it that way. However, the issue here is that we're all spiritually connected, and that's why I have to come out here and send this energy and push this energy over the waves in the social media, which is the big new community right now, because we all impact each other. So I can't say to myself, I can, but the impact, the consequences is going to be dire. Saying to myself that I know what to do, and then I'm going to stay in my own little corner and do that. No, we're all one humanity. So if I know love, I have to come out here and show it and try to influence people in the right direction. So spirituality is fun, my people, because the opposite side of all that I just described a while ago, then it's a positive vibration. Be aware of it. When you don't drink alcohol, when you think positive, when you richly interact with people and share a love energy, when you know you're a spiritual human being and you know that you're one with nature, and you get up and you take in the breeze and the sunshine and the rain and all of that, and appreciate that as much, and knowing who you are, one with nature. Eat fruits and vegetables, drink a lot of water, live as natural as you can. Yes, I'd want to grow my hair right now. And one time I had my locks. But I want to try and serve people in the way I'm doing right now as a psychiatric nurse practitioner and otherwise, showing my human self. So I cut it off because I can find lots of other natural ways to live and show love in these ways. Blessings and love. I'm running out of time. I'm on a rant. Anyway, the chant. There is a spirit here and there's a spirit there, at least that chant. And then later on, we're going to do a live on TikTok where we'll be doing all the other chants, I promise. Blessings. Oh, la, 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 la. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Watch this. There is a spirit there. 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 Spirit everywhere. All right. I'm a spirit in a body, not a body in a spirit. It's a body filled with limit, not the spirit we're living it. Spiritually tell my body, physically you to live it. Your love is the spirit that we naturally give it. This love spirit, it's so legit. This love spirit ain't no gimmick. This love spirit has no limit. This love spirit It's always gonna win it. It's always gonna win it. All right. This about the hey. This a spirit of the end and the beginner. This the spirit of the end and the beginner. It no love, only love it deliver. Through this body that the spirit you living in. Don't let the body stop you from being spiritual. Express the spiritual via the physical. Express the spiritual via the physical. No condemn no one even when we critical. Warmonger, greedmonger, are the criminal. Love seismic, mystic and subliminal. Over time, think not. Love winning all. Love winning all. Love winning all. Love winning all. You hear? I'm an a spirit in a body, not a body in a spirit. It's your body filled with limit, not the spirit well living it. Spiritually tell my body physically how to live it. Your love is the spirit, I will naturally live it. This love spirit, it's so legit. This love spirit ain't no gimmick. This love spirit shows no limit. This love spirit, it always gonna win it. It's always gonna win it. All right. I'm on a spirit in a body, ain't got no limit. Just like me daddy, always I will it. Just spirit, I have it. All when them dim it, make the place foggy. Feel like I know in it. Feeling groggy, I man still I live it. Just not a hobby, I man still I live it. Not just a hobby, despite all the critic. Loving everybody, this a spirit, gaddy, gaddy. Me love God, and me love everybody. Watch this. I'm an a spirit in a body, not a body in a spirit. It's a body filled with limit, not the spirit well living. The spiritually tell me body physically how to live it. Your love is the spirit, how we naturally live it. This love spirit, it's all legit. This love spirit ain't no gimmick. This love spirit shows no limit. This love spirit. Hey, it's always gonna win it. It's always gonna win it. There is a spirit here. There is a spirit there. There is a spirit here. There is a spirit there. Spirit everywhere. Blessings and love, spirit everywhere. Who be with us? Jah is always with us. And from Jah is with us, then no one shall ever be against us. Yes, I. Blessings, love. That is the energy. Always and at all times. Later on, catch me on TikTok around about 3 o'clock or somewhere there. Blessings. And also remember that the GoFundMe account is coming out later on too, more than likely. You know, where we're going to ask for donations. And we're going to use our chants and chant in a very, you know, purposeful way. We're not just gonna just beg people because we're not into this thing of just begging and not doing. You know what I mean? We're asking for donations for people who are suffering at the hands of Hurricane Melissa down there, particularly in in the western parts of the island, eastern and over to be exact. That's where I grew up. So I'm gonna focus on there first, and then once the contributions come in, then the love will spread because that's what love is. You see what I mean? Blessings and love. So we're gonna do charity chants, charity concerts here on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook all over continuously because this recovery is gonna take a while. Blessings and love. Love is the energy. Later on, we'll tell you the number where you can drop your little contribution. All is welcome. Blessings and love. One humanity. Love is the energy. As we say always, hasta mañana. So, you know, tomorrow is the weekend, so you're not going to see us on the waves here. However, you know, hopefully we'll be alive in the physical and continue to push our energy. And so it will be next Monday morning, you know. Blessings again. But again, catch me on TikTok if you can. Blessings, you know, I mean, we're using these platforms to show the love, spread the love across the world. Blessings and love. Until then, we say always hasta mañana. Who's gonna see us? You know, we say nos vemos in on money. Yana, which is next week, right? Blessings. And we say, Kuidate, take care. Bendiciones, blessings. Dios te bendiga, shall be with you all. Yes, vida laga laga vida, long life, long healthy life. And we say, sino trata no hago nada. Nothing try, nothing done. Just keep trying, keep pushing. Remember, spirituality is fun, my people. Make it fun. Because in the end, it will repay you. Yes, you will not have any regrets. Blessings and love. Can't cheat the spiritual law. Life is love. Yes, love is life. Spirituality, Jah Almighty. Four of the same. No less, no more. This is Jaguar. Otherwise, the youth Balfour. You're always on a love tour. Yes, when you're following me, you're getting love galore. Love is always the cure. Blessings. Ah, yeah, ah.